Hello, and welcome to another in the Ask the Data Governance Coach video series. Now, recently I was having a conversation with one of my old clients who wanted to talk to me about evolving his data governance framework. Now, he was really switched on and he knew that he had to do this, but it reminded me that actually I'd had an email only a few days before from somebody asking whether they really had to evolve their data governance framework. And it made me think this would be the perfect topic to do in one of the videos, because it is something I've been asked a number of times over the years about whether you need to evolve your data governance framework. Now, the easy answer is yes, you do. But I need to explain that clearly. So why do you need to evolve it? Well, as you already know, if you've watched any of my other videos or listened to my podcast or read my blog, data governance is not once and done. It's not a project. This is something that we really want to embed into our organization and make it sustainable so that it continues to support our organization and deliver value. Now, to do that, it has to evolve and change as our organization evolves and changes. If we design a framework that is right for our organization today, you can almost guarantee it won't be the right framework 2-3 years' time, because your organization is not the same in 2 or 3 years' time than it is now. So we have to think of our data governance framework as a living thing that has to change and evolve as we need it to. So I wouldn't have it as perhaps a documented process with swim lane diagrams and detailed instructions. But I would, if I was you, if I was the data governance lead, I would have a note in my diary that once a year I need to take a step back. I need to look at the framework and think, is it delivering what we need to? Now, sometimes something happens and it is really obvious that you need to evolve and change your framework. But sometimes it just happens really subtly. Your organization changes. But an example of perhaps a big change was back in the day when I was still acting as an interim data governance manager. I was working for an organization that then did a huge restructure, and they went from having a very traditional hierarchical reporting structure to a matrix organization. Now, there were a lot of good business reasons why they needed to do this, but it totally messed up my approach to data governance, because I'd got some really engaged data owners. They were really helping me and doing what they needed to. And I think I had 13, 14 data owners before this restructure. After the restructure, my one finance data owner turned into 5 finance data owners, because we were split globally by region. And then we also had a group finance director. And I clearly couldn't have nearly 50 odd data owners in the organization. And a data governance council with that many attendees was never going to be a success. So I had to take a step back, redesign my data governance framework so that we had some flexibility and we could work out how to make this work in the new structure. Now, that's a big bang. Sometimes it's not a big bang. It's just your organization evolves over time, and we have to evolve with it. So I hope that has given you the answer to that question and helped you realize that even if you're just designing your framework now, it isn't a once and done. Make sure you keep returning to it, making sure that it's the right thing for your organization for where it is now and where it wants to be in the next year or two. I hope you found that useful. If you have, please help me on my mission to help as many people as possible be successful with data governance by liking, commenting, subscribing, anything you can do to help me get that message out there. I really appreciate. Thank you. And I hope I see you soon for another video. And if you've got a question that you'd like me to answer on a future video, just remember, email it in to questions@nicolaascombe.com.